Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Wow. I feel kind of insulted, honestly.
Why? We
Hello,
were
because
synchronized.
was it synchronized or
Felt synchronized to me.
mm, you're
So, happy Tuesday, everyone. Welcome to the show. We got a patch. We got Master League. Did you guys watch Master League last night? I watched
I
Master
did.
League last night.
I did. I
Sauce
watched a
Lords.
good a good chunk of Master League. I did watch.
That Sauce
But
Lords team is stacked.
Sauce
Stacked, I
Lord.
say.
Ooh, and we got some applause going, hopefully for the Master League stuff. Master League is a sponsored 15v15 tournament that we have running. It is sponsored by Simply Nuck, which much appreciated to the Simply Nuck people for sponsoring that tournament. Really awesome. Cool. Thank you very much. Someone asked, weekly watcher. Yes. Let me double check and make sure that that is active.
Orange Cast says Habibi Boys fan. Isn't that a podcast?
What is?
Habibi Boys, yeah. So the Simply Nuck 15v15 Master League. It's got big cash prizes. They're going to be streaming every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You can catch the stream on this channel, but you will, of course, also be on our casters channel. We got a bunch of different casters for the different days. So definitely check that out. Some high-level play, and it's limited to tech tree tanks, so the meta is actually really uncertain now. We saw a lot of really cool, different stuff tried out last night. And it was pretty cool. Yeah, it's not a normal tournament, Mr. Gon. It's not in the, unless you're talking about the code. Anyway, we have some other stuff going on. The patch came out today. It was mostly a quality of life patch, putting in some new content for the future, making a couple updates. Nothing super huge, except for Tragic. Do you want to discuss the beginner matchmaker queue?
Yeah, I can discuss the beginner matchmaker queue. So, a lot of people may have already known that when you create a new account, you actually do technically start out in the well, you do start out in the lower tiers. However, there is a new player protection that goes on for a specific number of battles. I'm not saying the specific number of battles because I don't remember if we've actually talked about this before. Anyways, but now we have expanded the new player queue to essentially anybody who has the following qualifications. If you have never played a single battle in a tech tree tier 7 or higher tank in any game mode, you are considered a novice. If you purchase a tier 7 or 8 premium vehicle and you still continue to play in tiers 1 through 5, you'll still be considered a novice. So anybody who decides to outright purchase a tier 8 and they don't play in it, they'll still be considered a novice. But Matchmaker will essentially consider any novices and only place them against each other. They will happen on the maps of Mines, Himmelsdorf, Abbey, Ensk, and Steps. And then there will also be AI. So as you all know, or many of you do know, on the South American server, we do have bots running on that, and those are already
only at low tiers.
Yes, those are already.
I was just say only at low tiers and only when the queue is having trouble filling with real players.
Yes. So you'll be able to know who the AI players are. They will have an ellipses in their player. Essentially, they'll be very easily identifiable by the ellipses. And that's basically it. It's essentially to reduce the difficulty curve. As I said, you know, there's already technically a new player queue, but that only lasts for a limited amount of time, and only for, actually, I believe, tiers 1 through 3, if I'm not mistaken. And then, yeah. So it's expanded to higher tiers and for more people. So
yeah, Ordnoth has it in the chat right there. Bots will have the name in between their or around their name, so it's be easy to distinguish. So no worries on that. As far as low tier face clubbing, the bots are actually pretty good. I mean, they've been on the South American server for a long time, and honestly, the bots might be better than some of the players on average. So don't I wouldn't worry too much about that. We got a couple other news items. We have a new on track. It's going to be to the Bat Chat, which of course is a legendary burst damage dealing tier 10, very fast moving French medium. So make sure to check that out. We also have a couple sales going on related. We got the tier 8 version of the Bat Chat line on sale. Brawl is coming back. That was enabled by the patch that dropped this morning. So we'll have more 7v7 for you soon. Excited about that. Make sure your Twitch and your World of Tanks accounts are linked so that you can get the Cobra Twitch package, which comes with Cobra Commander and some other goodies. This is the final part of our G.I. Joe partnership. And also, if you haven't seen, The Offspring have released their newest album. I will have to recheck the title. I think it's Remember the Bad Times? I'm probably going to get that wrong. I need to check it. But the TLPC or the TL1 LPC is on sale again. You can get the Pretty Fly tank with the Offspring crew once again. So if that is something you're interested in, and it should be because Noodle's guitar is right on the hole or on the turret and it looks pretty cool, make sure to check that out.
Yes. By the way, someone did ask earlier if the weekly watcher drops were running. If anything, refresh the stream. It should be running. I did have to turn it on, so do make sure that is running. I'm going to quickly message the chat that I have about Twitch drops.
That album, by the way, is called Let the Bad Times Roll. Oh, and Sad Dingus on Twitch has reminded us, don't forget to redeem your To the Stars star points.
Yes. If you are good at reading and pay attention to this screen that we're usually on, which we call Big Head Mode, if you read down in our nice little news ticker, we do have a temporary server switch that is happening. Essentially, as some people may have noticed, US East is actually back online. In a couple days, US Central will go offline for a little while because we are moving technically moving. It's going to be in the same place, but, you know, better equipment, stuff like that. There is an article out on the portal, which has now been posted to the chats. US East will be online until the swap happens. I do know there are a lot of people in the NZ regions and possibly those who play from the EU region of the world. Yes, we totally understand that your ping is going to suck really bad for a little bit, so I'm really sorry. It's very unfortunate, but, you know. Correct to check ping and ping plotter. You should be able to search for the US, the NA servers list. It should give you a nice little address. You can also ping the IP, which will also be listed in the same place. So.
Yep. So East is online today with Central. I believe tomorrow or the next day, Central will be going offline. It is the 22nd, I believe. So it'll be on tomorrow, and then tomorrow evening it'll shut down. So we'll have just East for a couple days while we're getting Central moved. We're moving Central to new data center, putting it on new equipment, and then once that is up and we stress test it and make sure it's all good and stable, we will have. It is the 22nd, but it's going to be really early in the morning on the 22nd, like 4 a.m. Central time. And then so hopefully should take about a week maybe to get the new server set up at USC. That server is going to be in Chicago. It's not moving cities, but it's moving to a new data center, and it's going to be on new equipment. So hopefully we shall see some improvements for those of you who have been having issues, but time will tell. Yes, so right now everyone still has access to Central. We still have another day and a half or so of Central being up before it goes down. So you don't have to go to East quite yet.
Yes. But otherwise, Battle Pass is obviously still going on. If you have Twitch sorry, if you have Amazon Prime, make sure you link your account to Twitch. That way you get Prime Gaming. And with Prime Gaming, you can redeem the Cobra package for the G.I. Joe, well, for the Commander, or Cobra Commander, and also get all of the other neat goodies outside of that. Ranked rewards, my gosh, have also already gone out, so, you know, make sure you check your garages. And if there are any issues, definitely send a ticket into our support.
I
Yeah,
think we're good to get into some games now.
yeah.
I dropped the link to the stars rewards page in the chat, so if you haven't redeemed your star levels there, make sure you go do that. Hey Supernova, how's it going? Great playing last night, by the way. Love your team name. I also saw you bust out that AMX50B. That was fun.
Is now a good time to ask about tank rewards? We've talked about it a couple times, Pierogi. So let me get my brain together.
Do you want to
we
get
will
us going
give.
into the game, and then I'll?
You're not readied up.
Oh, you're right. That's my bad.
So tank rewards, we will give an update, when we get more information, but we've talked about it a couple times. Essentially, the, tank rewards no longer really fills the niche that it was, introduced to fill, which is, you know, daily rewards, stuff like that.
Well, it's not that it didn't fill it. We just we have those things now.
Yes.
We have a battle pass and we have daily missions, which were the things that Tank Rewards was originally invented to simulate.
Sorry, I'm.
Oh, I saw Cranky Monkey in chat. Hold on, I gotta show Cranky Monkey. I'm wearing the shirt he sent me. Oh, so here you go, chat.
Trying to clean my camera. There we go. Okay, cool, awesome. There we go. Anyways, okay.
Got a nice up armored Sherman with "I'm not fat, I'm up armored" on it. Thank you, Cranky Monkey, for sending that over for me and Llama.
I'm playing Peekaboo, maybe. I'm definitely playing Pokemon.
I believe that shirt is available at the Ontario Regiment Museum store, by the way, if you're interested in getting your own version.
So, Orange Chaos, I see, has noticed that we now have Better Twitch TV emotes. So if you know what Better Twitch TV is, it is an extension for Chrome and possibly, I haven't checked, other...
Yeah, it's on all the major browsers.
Yeah, so, and any other browsers. We now have activated and added some emotes to that. So, if you would like to, you can start using some of those. There's some pretty cool emotes in there, including Serb and Serb pointing. So,
I'll have to check out our list later. I use those.
You should.
Those have become some of my favorite part of Twitch culture. Because
Yeah.
you have to have the module downloaded on your browser, but then when you have it, you can have like animated emotes and stuff. It's really fun.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so we have that going on. So if you have Better Twitch TV, you now have some emotes that you can use and feel special. Highly recommend. So, how does one link your Twitch account with World of Tanks? Go into your account management on the World of Tanks website, and you should be able to find a nice button that says connect. For that, I recommend.
Making Swiss cheese.
Do we have an article with instructions that I can link you after this game as well?
Please. He has like 1 shot of health. Can you hit him from there?
If he no, I can't.
He's coming around the peninsula. You
Yeah,
should
I
be
know there's a rock in the way.
Rip.
Now I was able to.
Nice.
He went up the hill.
A+. Oh lord. I'm reloading, by the way. Let's see. T-minus 30 seconds until clip time? Why? Why? Thank you, it looks awesome. What looks awesome? I don't know what's happening. But I'm glad you like it, Cody. I feel like, whenever, I feel like...
No, I wrote down.
Oh no. Hey, thank you for the applause. Much appreciated.
We have brutally lost the other flank.
Great shot.
I'm gonna come try and jump on those
Armor is hit.
tanks with you,
Great shot.
and then, oof, wow.
There we go.
Got him.
Yeah, we
I
have
have
just...
18 seconds on my reload.
we gotta
so-
push in and kill those guys. Oh boy, there's a girl.
Oh shoot. Yeah, I see him. We're not gonna win this one. We are very much imbalanced in terms of HP and also guns. So, rip in pepperonis for us.
Okay, I'm gonna try and ram the grill at
Making
least.
Swiss cheese. Enemy
Not
armor
unless
is
I
damaged.
get many of the
Great
damages
shot.
on him. Rip. Come on. Bonk. Oh no. Oh no. Rip me. I'm gonna get lapped by the E3 and the EBR. No! Don't leave me alone. Please. 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 No! No. Stop it.
Well, that was brutal.
Target acquired. Penetration.
Orange says, I kind of wish Twitch would just integrate BTTV. So many times I see people wondering what those words mean, like Heck W not realizing it's you. Yeah,
Armor is hit.
it's a mixed bag. I think that it being separate allows
We got
people a
wrecked.
lot of freedom in what they use, which maybe they wouldn't have if it was integrated in Twitch. So
Almost all of the damage that I just did was in the last, like, 40 seconds.
nice.
Oh.
Sug said, I've blew up Crab Map before. I believe it. I get blown up a lot. Drinking Monkey says, hey Cab, send a link to Monty with the museum gift shop, Addy, if anybody wants to support the museum. Yeah, Monty, if you have that, please please post it. Definitely pick up this shirt and some other fine stuff from our friends at the Ontario Regiment Museum and help them through these obviously tough times for in-person facilities like the museum.
Mm-hmm. Which, by the way, just a quick note, we do have a pretty short queue list today, so if anybody would like to platoon with us, go ahead and join in our platoon queue. So yeah, we're going to be doing tier 9. First game back? Why are you apologizing? I
Yeah, you don't have
think,
to.
yeah, it's
Welcome
like,
back.
don't apologize. You know, we all have bad games, so sometimes. Jedediah, YouTube chat is dead. Most people watch us on Twitch. We do have about 266 people on Twitch, so
We have,
join the conversation.
We've been
there.
actively moving people from YouTube to Twitch.
Yeah.
Twitch is just the best platform for live
Don,
streaming, in
my
our opinion.
condolences. Oh no. I'm
Oh,
very
Don,
sorry
that's
for you.
horrible.
You guys have a good one. No worries, Don. You take your time. Okay?
Best wishes.
For real. I hope console version. We'll see. When
Okay,
can
so
I
that's why it's Jed
claim?
on the YouTube stream. Good question.
When can I claim the weekly watcher code drop? There's no code anymore. It's only a Twitch drop now. If you refresh the stream, you'll probably see the nice little notification come down that says that Twitch drops are running, and it'll tell you what it is. Anyways, tier 9, we're gonna do... Oop, that didn't send to Twitch. There we go. Tier 9, we're gonna do the count-in now. So fun watching big heads. Well, you know, it's good that we're not in a battle yet. So nice, awesome. The weekly watcher Twitch drops. It's 60 minutes of viewing time, and you have from Tuesday to Thursday to do your watch. So any streams that we hold on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays all count. So that actually includes not only things like Get Good with Jambi John, but it also covers the Master League with those guys. So that's Germ and Z-Best, and also well, Germ and Z-Best. They're generally going to be the ones that stream to the World of Tanks NA channel. But, definitely also watch them on their channels because they have different drops. So. Congrats on keeping your composure after getting asked the same question over and over. I mean, it do be like that sometimes, Bob, but there's sometimes new people. There are sometimes new people, and I can't blame them for asking questions, but
Oh,
I
I'm
will
good at that.
I will say it makes a heck of a lot easier if
Rip.
people in chat also answer questions that we've answered
Yeah.
before. So Echo
So
chamber.
there were 4 or 5 fast tanks on the enemy team, and I got brutalized.
Yeah, I see many. That Barask needs to die.
Yeah, unfortunately, our E50 was the fastest behind me, which is never a good sign.
R.I.P. Yeah. Oh no, that Barask.
Hyperman says, with the update this morning, the store in the game is not working for me. Is that a known problem? Not that I'm aware of, Hyperman. Have you tried? I'm assuming you've tried restarting the client and it's still not popping up. I will take a look at the known issues and see if that's an issue for anyone else.
I think our CS manager posted something about this morning. I would
check.
definitely submit a ticket for sure.
Unknown Soldier says, has the tank for the spring marathon been announced? Nope, still a secret. There is going to be a spring marathon for a tank, for those of you who saw the roadmap, but it has not been announced yet.
Why have I been so bad about big head mode lately? Why?
Well, I think you did it on this time just because somebody made a comment about it.
Maybe.
So you felt like you had to do it out of spite.
That would have been great if it was on purpose. That would have been great if it was on purpose. But it wasn't. No. I would have admitted to it if it was on purpose. Now I'm kind of sad, honestly.
Okay, yep, you are correct. RCS, we are tracking an issue related to the store and a couple other things related to the in-game browser. So it's likely that is something that's already being worked on. We'll have a micro patch for when the team is ready overnight. Fingers crossed.
I'm gonna go see if I can destroy this whole Barask's career. Because, why is bingo always done? I give up. So bingo is limited. There's enough redemptions for there to be one single win. No, are you kidding me? Oh, the track. But for in terms of what is available, there's not too much that I could do about people redeeming the select square much earlier than probably they should. So,
Baron says, any idea when the T6 French Medium will go on sale? Nope, not yet. Okay, answer your question. Thank you, Ort. Bobbert said, sorry, Cab, I wasn't strong enough to save you. No worries, that was just a really unfortunate situation for us. Cersei Guy says, I can't wait for USC to be turned off. Population split is met. Yeah, it's not ideal to have them both going. The noise got me.
sorry.
But we have to make sure that East is stable before we shut Central off.
Sad.
We've had it. Everybody out.
So yeah, so Central will be up through tomorrow, and then it'll go off early in the morning, the day after tomorrow, and then we'll have just East for a few days.
Mm-hmm. You can't actually redeem channel point stuff until we start the stream, but yes, technically some people have been redeeming it while we're in the, stream starting soon, which doesn't always really make sense.
Yeah, so Central isn't going away, it's just being moved to a new data center in Chicago and onto new equipment.
Yes.
So we're at the end of this, East will be shut down, and we'll go back to just having U.S. Central and South America server.
Yeah.
We don't have a date for when the new Central is going to go live. It's going to depend on how soon our team can get it up. So obviously, we have to get all the software loaded onto the hardware, get everything up and running, and then we have to do a bunch of stress tests and other tests to make sure it's stable and ready for players. So it's not as simple as just moving a cart, plugging in a floppy disk, and hitting start. But hopefully it'll go about that fast. But just to be sure, we left ourselves some time.
Okay. So, up next in our platoon queue is going to be Nitroforce. Nitroforce. Also,
Floppy was hard.
someone asked me earlier what my win rate in my T57 was. Not good. But, my stats in it are great, actually. Oh, wait, actually, hold on. Oh, wait, wrong tank. Yeah, my win rate's 48.66 currently. Oh, T57.
Okay, Teamwork makes a dream work. Decker says this kind of fixed the lag issue as of late. So the lag issue is mostly network related. So we can't promise that the change in server hardware is going to affect that. But, you know, fingers crossed, it can only help, right? Some other comments about the change. Yeah, so the U.S. Central has been in Chicago. It's going to stay in Chicago. We're just going to a new data center in Chicago.
Okay. Marcus says, how did you both do in ranked? I don't like playing ranked, actually. I'm not that competitive.
I didn't have much time for ranked this time around.
So, you know. But yeah, so win rate in the T57 isn't super great, but that's okay. I am more focused on my own stats in the tank. And then I saw someone ask, how do you get into the Platoon Cue List? Suggs, hop over to twitch.tv/WorldOfTanksNA, and there's a nice little box below the video feed of the stream. If you go down there, there's a nice little Platoon Cue list that you can join. So losing chevrons is frustrating. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the same in basically any game. Like, if you've played competitive on, you know, other games, you can lose your ranks, so.
Crazy Boop, you left the moderator part of the URL in there. We're not in a match yet, folks. No, don't worry about big head mode. We just got him one. Nacho says, even if you're not competitive, try ranked. One of the best ways to make credits, bonds, and purple equipment. Not to mention the experience of playing against top players. Yeah, I think like ranked is really tough because when it goes well, it's really fun. The problem is when it goes poorly, it's really not fun. So we're some elements of ranked are going back to the drawing board, is my understanding, in between now and the next session. I know a lot of people are a little frustrated by, you know, they feel that there's an incentive that for players to camp because if you're the best player on a bad team, you get to preserve your chevron. So we're going to take a look at how we can maybe improve that and see for next ranked.
All of my luck that you do not get it bad. I just got my See, I've been told not to say it this way, but other people have been saying it this way. I've gotten stabbed by the doctor for that, so I just got my.
You weren't saying it that way. You were
no,
saying
well, at first I was. Yeah, you're right. But you know, it do be like that sometimes. Anyways, yeah, all of my best to you. All of my best to you.
What if Frank was frontline with a smaller map? That's an interesting idea.
Huh. Or just like a square of it. It'd be interesting, but I don't know. No.
Vesuvian Titan says 5 days of horde teams, fast fails, not one ounce decent team play. Starting to get 1v29 playing in randoms. Yeah, I've been there, Vesuvian. Some days you just gotta step away and come back and hope the matchmaker likes you a little better.
Yeah. Stabs and jabs, common phrases. Yeah, previously I was saying that I was shot, and Cab said I shouldn't say it that way, and I said okay. So I changed it to stabbed.
Rai says 7v7, no chevrons, pure win lose would be way cooler. So I personally am a big advocate for reducing the team sizes for ranked. I think it's one of the things that makes shipped rank more compelling. And really just in general, even maybe for random battles, personally, I think that giving the vehicles more space to work with really allows tanks with mobility to shine and really do stuff. But we'll see. We do have 7v7 Brawl coming back soon, so I will get to enjoy that.
No new holes from that shot.
Oh,
Where'd
oh,
everyone
I
go?
bounced both their shots. Well, one of them damaged my viewy thing. Nature Force, you are getting absolutely destroyed. I need to run away. I need to run away. This is very bad.
Oh, Deathman, just saw your message. Best wishes, man.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll be fine.
Yeah, yeah, no. There are definitely pokes from the dock that hurt a little bit more, depending upon like what they have to do for your stabbing. So let's make all the maps bigger. That would be really nice.
I'm in favor personally. I think like
Sounds very nice.
I think Watt plays really well the bigger the maps get.
Permatract, yeah, do be like that sometimes. Ooh, hello.
Jen
What?
says 77
No.
Brawl was really fun, so if they make that a
Help
permanent game
me.
mode, that would greatly improve my
Help
enjoyment of the
me.
game.
Oh no. Well, I'm dead. I'm super dead. Bonk. Oops. That's it. I'm super dead. How did I survive that shot? Okay, that's fine.
That left a mark for sure.
Ooh. big
I
oof.
am
Decker, I would recommend that you read the update 1.12.1 article. So, definite high recommend for information on that.
already focus. Hooray.
Well, you know, where did you go?
I was mid, but we didn't have any spotting mid because our Sheridan ran
Yeah.
out and died.
Yeah, big oof. Read? I know, right? Why do I ask people to read things? I should never do that, and it is a shame on me for even asking about that.
There's just bigger mouse to the Matilda would be hard. Yeah, that is true. Slow tanks get a little rough.
Did I pick the? I picked the wrong one.
John JJ says, what I hate is when they add a tank line and I have to go back and buy new tanks to access the tank line. Well, sometimes it makes sense to do that, like if you haven't gone enough down the appropriate line. Especially because a lot of the tank lines we've been adding recently have sort of been splits from tier 7 on.
Yeah.
So I guess it depends on which tree it is. Marcus says, have you people ever just considered different spawn areas, even if one-sided, to change dynamic matches? I mean, that's basically what modes like attack, defense, and encounter are.
Yeah.
Balkut says, my Twitch name is different from Tank's. Do I put my Tank's name for exclamation point join? Yes, you do exclamation point join space and then your tank name in the message.
Yes. Insanely average.
Incoming with an L says, how are the ducks, by the way? Well, the chickens are great.
Oh no! Are you gonna get more ducks?
We do have more ducks coming. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
There was a bobcat.
oh, yeah.
We have now fortified against the bobcat.
Good. For what drops we are running, so if you have the nice little drop down that is running, in chat, it will tell you what kind of drops they are, if you, look at it. And then, yeah, the Master League drops only run on the casters channels, so... Also, oh gosh, I need to brush up more on live.
Just real quick, guys, all of the info about Brawl will be coming soon. It's currently TBD.
Yes.
We'll have an article, we'll cover it on this stream and our other streams when that info is public. But it is coming soon.
So Raven6 is apparently their name on YouTube. Most of our viewers are actually over on Twitch. So Raven, if you want to participate in the conversation, I highly recommend that you hop over to twitch.tv/WorldTanksNA. There you go. All right. Tier 9. Tier 9. Get ready. You miss weekly watcher codes? Why? Why? Is there a reason for it? All right. Battle
Go,
will be going.
go to the Twitch chat so Word has to deal with you.
True. True facts. Okay. I raise fungus in my bathtub. Mildly disturbing. Kind of gross, if I'll be honest. Okay.
The Bobcat did get all the ducks, by the way.
Can't
sadly.
get drops with it. Fair. Fair. I would say, you could just pull up the stream on your phone as well. Very, very easily. Since the drop system started, I haven't gotten an invalid code message. That's exactly what I was trying to make sure
True.
for people.
Yeah, it sucks, but you know, at the end of the day, it sucks to lose birds, but Bobcat gotta live.
Yeah.
And we learned that a Bobcat can squeeze through a 4-inch gap, which before I did not know.
Queerty says, love your name, by the way, Queerty Presser, which is a keyboard presser. If I queue up with you, will I need my own dinosaur onesie? I don't know what that means. I am a real dinosaur. Although, I have heard there are websites in which you can purchase costumes that will make you look like me, so... did they fix the long queue time issues in 7v7 Brawl mode? Decker, are you talking about when we were running Team Clash? So
No, oh, I see what you're going for. Go for it.
yes, I was gonna say, for Team Clash, there was a pretty large imbalance of teams, and because teams could only be matched against other opposing teams, the team with a lot of people on the team had a much longer queue time than the other two teams that that were available for you to choose. So technically yes, but also if I remember correctly, what Brawl is like when it's not Team Clash, everybody can be matched with everybody, so there should not be that same issue. So
G-Man Joe says, I miss getting tanks from Tank Rewards. I feel you on that. I do think, I know that this is like maybe not as satisfying immediately, but the rewards you get from stuff like daily missions quickly turn into you being able to purchase tanks from the, you know, stuff like the bond shop or the shop for vehicles that have been removed from the tech tree. In the client, so, and those are all the vehicles that we would be giving away in tank rewards, so it's really like you can still get those tanks, you just have to go into the store tabs and buy them manually.
yeah, no such issue. Yeah. The central server going to be down? Yes, that is truly what the article says. Essentially, there's just a few days of overlap, so that way when central goes down to switch to a new equipment that y'all still have the opportunity to be able to play. So, ouch, by the way. That hurt a lot.
Any update for a bond store update? Not that I've seen recently. Walleye Guy says, has Wargaming considered going to a one-up, one-down matchmaker format when server population... Oh, I just got spotted. When server population is high. Yes, actually. And that might be something that we see more of in the future, is a greater emphasis. Okay.
Yeah, we lost here, and we don't have that, so
I just got hit by Artie while moving for 1,000 damage.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Big rip for you. Wait, sorry. What?
Just one of those days.
I don't understand.
Buffsock said rewards for tank rewards got reduced over time. Yeah, I mean, part of that was we started having the things that tank rewards was meant to replace. or to act as a substitute of. So over time, the rewards got reduced to account for
I
that.
can't believe you've done this.
I can't believe I've done this neither.
I'm having a really rough run of games here, chat.
Oh no.
I blame Tragic. She's sabotaging me.
What did I do? You're the one that's been sabotaging my gameplay. Are you kidding me?
Oh,
Do
yeah,
you know
it's
how good I play when I'm solo queuing the T57? Way better. Way better.
Decker says, can you play low tier so we can see the bots? We might see some incidentally, but we're getting into the most populated part of the day, so we might be pretty unlikely to see them.
Yeah.
But maybe if we're unlucky at low tier Q, we'll catch some.
We shall
But
see.
everyone wants to play tier 9 and tier 10 today, so no chances. Hey, Commander F, how's it going?
I think everybody just wants to see me play the T57, because,
Is that it?
yeah.
Or the 230?
I mean, can you blame them?
Left Sock says, so bots on NA now? Yes, there will be bots, only at low tiers and only when Q is unpopulated. That said, as Mr. Beatleblum has just posted, I actually think the bots are pretty good. As far as having played with bots before, I've been really impressed with the bots in WoT.
Like, why does this guy
And
want me to
I'm
rush
pretty critical about that kind of stuff, to be honest. Somebody earlier asked, by the way, it would be really cool to have a map maker for WoT, and I actually 100% agree. The problem is it's just, in particular, the renderer and the tools that are used to make maps in WoT are really not user-friendly for making something like a public map maker. It takes a lot of work, and it's very complicated to do work on maps in WoT.
You know,
But I wish we did have that.
I also suffer from when I scroll back out of sniper mode, my view gets all wiggly and strange.
I would like to, if we could get the devs to commit to it, it would be cool to do a
Feel
map design
that a
contest.
Ouchies!
Whoever's injured.
Give me any part of your tank that I can pin.
But that's tough too, because as you know, it takes us a long time to. We make a map and then we do a lot of iterations on it, and then you have it goes to the graphic designers and artists to brush up and make it look all pretty and ready to go.
Yeah. I am withdrawing. I'm trying.
Jed says, to be honest, the bots are better than some players. That has been my experience, yeah.
Someone said this earlier, but, you know, bots know the mechanics of the game. And, you know,
They actually act very human. They make very human decisions sometimes. Gwen says, question, would ever be considered that we could design our own camos and decals? I understand people would take advantage, but if there was an approval system, it would be a great addition. Unfortunately, that kind of goes in the same category as maps. Getting that stuff added to the game and then added to the client is more resource intensive than you'd think. So I think there would have to be a system like the clan tags where you can upload your own. So maybe something like that would be possible in the future. But it would probably be it would probably be like clan based, kind of like clan tag, or similar to how the clan icons work. Bots don't chat.
I am trying to move through this.
Sad
way.
Dingus says, imagine the amount of effort it would take to police user-made camos. Yeah, I mean, just imagine the amount of effort it takes to police, clan names and clan images. It's a lot, by the way.
Target unlocked.
I miss Tank Soccer. Me too.
Tank Soccer was super fun.
Clan logos would be greatest deck decals. Thanks for applying your notes and like your ideas. Yeah, I mean, I think we're definitely trying to increase the amount of like customizability like that. So maybe not a never ever, but we'll see. You know, we're still trying to improve some of the core elements of the game right now. That's really the focus for the devs. Is, you know, as you see, we're working on stuff like HE shells and changing arty mechanics and still making improvements to Matchmaker, Rip Tragic Class. So maybe once we feel like we've got those things in a better place, we can focus more on stuff like that.
That was my bad. If I get a bot calling me a noob, I'm quitting. You know? That's probably good that they didn't make it so that they can chat.
Frankie Monkey said, just last note regarding Cab shirt, while supplies last, orders from the museum gift shop also have a WOT game code that will give you 3 days of premiums and boosters and a T34 10-use rental. All profits go to the upkeep of the Ontario Regiment Museum.
I mean, Quinetic, any manual process like that, guaranteed it will take forever. So, like, the less manual work, aka the less human eyes that need to be on something to make sure it's not uncouth, the better it is. Especially, did I just Iro, I'm inviting you.
Okay. For those of you who missed my shirt, I'll show it off again.
More tanks like the new concept beat. The concept is a ranked reward. Like,
I'm a fan of it.
you had to play ranked battles to get it. I don't know. Trash talking bot would be epic. I mean, yeah. Are there any plans to introduce 3D skins for lower tiers? Actually, that would be great. I don't know. I do know that most, if not all, 3D skins have been like tier 10 or there have like we've had styles for tier 8s, but I think 3D skins are mostly a tier 10 thing. It's kind of like end game cosmetics in a way, if that makes sense. So, all right, we're gonna do tier 10, by the way. Tier 10, count in. Oops. Yes, and the T30.
Sorry, I got it ready up. Another tier 10. All tier 10s today.
Yeah. Tier 10. Get ready. Okay. Proj has a 3D style, true. But most of them are tier 10, mostly. So.
Outcast says, I hate that we had to play 3 seasons to get the tank. Not that I didn't, but to play ranked in the toxic nature of it made me not want to, and I'm sure other people the same. Outcast, we got a lot of feedback like that, and I don't know if you were here earlier. We are going to be taking a deep look at ranked now that the seasons have been completed, and possibly making some changes to the incentives in the format. So,
Mr. Gong.
Oh, go ahead.
You keep having like long pauses, and I think you're stopping. Anyways, yes, the Lancency also has 3D skin.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite, by the way. The Wolves of Odin skin, I believe.
Yes.
The BDR skin. Yeah, the Warhammer Mordian BDR skin.
Yeah.
That's a really cool one.
Monkey Island. Nice.
I totally lost what I was talking about before.
You were answering someone about you were answering Outcast about the ranked rewards.
Right. So
yeah.
I personally am not a fan of the incentivizing people to try and be the best player on the losing team. I think that it creates games where people behave in a way that like they're actively trying to not trying to win the game. They're just trying to farm the most damage. And I know in World of Tanks there's kind of an attitude like if you just do the most damage, that is going to help your team the most, but not really when you're like a tier 10 heavy in a ranked mode sitting on the red line all game just trying to snipe, you know. So hopefully we can create a format that is both gives people on the losing team a chance to salvage something and also doesn't incentivize them to camp on the red line.
I've been shamed for farming before, I have to admit. I mean, people shouldn't be shaming.
It's very contextual. I mean, sometimes it's the right thing to do. But sometimes you get, a super heavy who should be drawing attention and side scraping somewhere and creating shots for other people, and instead they're...
So, Larry, I see your question, and I've actually talked to CCs about this. In terms of equipment, this is my personal belief. In terms of equipment that you can put on your tanks to like improve certain statistics of it, standard equipment is you know, the standard equipment that you can put on your tank to improve the characteristics. Bond equipment is the top tier of things that you can put on your tank in the same vein. In terms of bounty equipment, because bounty equipment is locked behind a paywall, is your words, I think it's kind of nice, for one, that bounty equipment is less effective than bond equipment, because otherwise I feel like that would be very unfair to anybody who doesn't pay for, you know, battle pass. But the other thing is, like, because bond equipment, it takes a pretty long time to get enough bonds to purchase a piece of bond equipment. I think it's a nice stopgap for, well, not stopgap, but a nice in-between for anybody who, you know, maybe wants to boost their tank's stats in a particular way, but, you know, needs something between bond equipment and, you know, standard equipment. So that's just my opinion. Other people might have a different opinion. I know that some people disagreed with me when I said that that was kind of it. I think that it's kind of nice that that's how it works, but I know other people may not feel the same. So definitely a matter of opinion, I think.
Mr. Beetlebum said that the chevrons are upside down. I'll have to look into that, Mr. Beetlebum. And then somebody else said that there should be more 3D skins, like possibly just like being able to add a bush or something. And that was the original idea behind the 3D skins, is we would have more customizability. Like you could do stuff like put a shovel on the side of the turret and then some bush stuff on the hull. So far that's proven to be really resource intensive, but maybe we can get there in the future. We're constantly working on the customizability, the customization options for the game.
Okay. Nice free tanks in the bond line. True. Absolutely awesome if we could get Steel Hunter Commanders as crew skins. That would be a good idea, actually. I mean, the art is already there, so I can't see why not. Why not? Why? That's a Jaegeroo. Hello. Bonk.
Enemy armor destroyed.
That really hurt, Jaegeroo.
The 705A is trolling me.
Which one? Oh, yours? Ours? Do we have
the one? Yeah, the one right next to me.
Oh.
He's like taking my spot, and then I went to go take his spot, and then he went back, and I was like, all right, man, make up your mind.
No. Not everything can be free. Gotta pay the bills. True, but, you know, there's lots of ways that things can be monetized, and, you know, it do be nice when we have many different kinds of options for everybody. So I play console, but this game is PC. Yes, we have World of Tanks on several different platforms. So
You can't find the console channel by just adding console at the end of
yes.
World of Tanks.
Can we have the option to remove 3D skins similar to being able to hide non-historical skins? So this is something that I actually talked about with our biz dev person, because you know, we do have the we recently introduced the G.I. Joe styles, and some people really like them and other people really don't. And so I made a suggestion to make partnerships and other things like that more similar to the way that World of Warships does it, in which you can turn on specific things that you like and turn off specific things that you don't like. Like a nice little drop-down menu with check boxes next to it that says, I like being able to see this, and I don't like being able to see this. Can you make it so? So.
Leniel says there's no reward for players that are not just sitting waiting for other players to make moves. Yeah, that's kind of some of the negative stuff we were talking about from ranked. That is the primary feedback we've gotten from ranked this run, and I personally am inclined to agree.
Yeah. Yo, I cannot see that chat anymore. Can I check a box like that and not have it? No, unfortunately not. Orange Chaos, unfortunately not. Matchmaker has... Oh.
As Ted says, MM has not been good for a long time, but lately it's been unbelievably bad. Any thoughts as to why? It hasn't been for me, by and large. Everyone goes through bad runs. I think Matchmaker's been in a pretty good place since the last balance updates. Not perfect, but it is something that's always being looked at and monitored.
Yeah. Twitch is fine here. Hmm? What's fine? What was being talked about? I don't even know. Stream quality looking real sharp today. Did you make any changes? No. Did you make any changes to yours? Because, same settings as usual. 13. Yeah. Wow, that was terrible. Terrible. Yours wasn't much better. Fair enough. Yeah.
Marcus says, how do you feel when you win 15?
Not, I'm guessing. 15
yeah,
not.
Happens both ways. It does happen. I mean, we've talked about that extensively on here. I mean, I guess the thing that I want to point to that I feel like people don't appreciate is that snowball matches happen even at the highest competitive level, and it's part of it is because it's the nature of the game, where you have players with a pool of hit points and a gun that doesn't instantly destroy other players. You're always going to have situations where the team that gets ahead early is always more likely to continue snowballing than they are to equal out, just because of the amount of damage they're able to do with the remaining guns.
Driver is down. Pedal faster.
But snowball matches are something that we, hopefully try to minimize. And when we do stuff like make it so that teams have an equal number of super heavies at top tier, that's what we're trying to do with that.
I'm surprised you didn't go up that little hill. Oh no. I'm sad now.
I've been hit by Artie so many times this game that I am really developing a hatred for it.
I've been hit by Artie a few times too, yeah.
Not Artie, just these specific people seem to have it out for me.
They might just have it out for, like, wargaming staff, if I'll be honest.
Or just, no, they probably just have it out for E100s that they can hit.
Oh, yeah,
that
true.
They can see.
You're very slow.
Yeah, I mean, I'm an E100.
13. You're funny. Let's see. In a game without a respawn mechanic, a snowball is a natural thing. True. I mean, you can, even not necessarily without respawns, if you look at games like StarCraft, it is very hard to come back from a massive lead that the enemy has, so.
Dan has that out for me. Somebody said snowballs can be reversed, that's why there's Kolbanov. Yes, but it's really hard to do, which is why Kolbanovs are so special and rare.
Yeah, it has to do with things like DPM, health pools. There's a lot of things that go into why snowballs happen.
Actually, 13, sorry, I just had a thought on this, I want to finish. But 13, maybe you can help me out on this, but I think probably the best thing you can do as a World of Tanks player that's trying to improve is just do everything you can to not die early. Like, the worst thing you can do in World of Tanks is die early.
Yeah, because you're taking your gun out of the battle.
Exactly. Sorry, you were saying?
Oh no, I've honestly forgotten what I was gonna say. Someone asked if we could see Cabmech's gameplay. Unfortunately, Cabmech has really horrid internet, so that's a no.
It's been improving, but yeah, we're I'll be back in the office for streaming soon, hopefully.
Yes. Let's see. Going through snow cone matches, ice cream sandwich matches. Now I'm hungry, Alt War. Now I'm hungry.
13 says, always look for opportunities to do damage without receiving any. Yeah, that's the key in WOT, is try and find people who are distracted to shoot at.
Or be me and just be hyper aggressive T57.
Mr. Beatbum said, had a good comeback the other night, down 3-7, and we won it with 2 still left alive on our side, but yeah, it is hard. Well done.
A+. Ooh, tier 8. This is our first tier 8 match of the day. Solid.
Ham Cannon Boy says, hey, this is just a suggestion, but would you agree that Ouija might be able to put gravity force in normal WOT? Gravity force?
Is that a
I'm
physics
not sure what you mean by gravity force. Like the force of gravity? Because we actually do have inertia and some other complicated physics in the game. All right, sorry, looks like we're doing tier 8 finally. Hooray.
Yes. So Grouchy, I think was your name. What do you consider a blowout? Because for some people, blowout matches, the term blowout match is different for different people.
Oh, what's
so,
a blowout?
I gotta ask what your definition is, because, you know, stuff. 5 to 15. 5 to 15 is standard Grouchy. 3 to 4 minutes. Let's go through the last matches that we had and see how long they took. 9 minutes.
Gravity Force is a new mode in Blitz. Oh, cool. That looks fun. We will not
7
see that
minutes.
in PC.
Sorry, I'm going through the last matches we had and reading out how long they took. 5 minutes. That one was pretty short. But that was also a loss on our side. That one was also a very short one, but we had poor positioning. That was 4 minutes. Let's check this one. That one was a 4-minute one. Let's see. And this one was 7 minutes. So about half and half so far.
7 minutes is about average.
Yeah, it's about average. But, you know, those are just the matches that we had so far. Some of those earlier ones, we just played really badly. And I'll be honest, I didn't check how many deaths were on each team, but 7 is about average. It is, if you have really poor positioning or if your team does really poorly, that's generally the only time you get under 5 minutes.
So we are playing tier 8 finally, which means I can finally play the Pretty Fly TL1 LPC, which is again on sale in celebration of the Offspring's new album, Let the Bad Times Roll. So if you are an Offspring fan, don't miss that opportunity.
What game average? About 7 minutes. That, like, about halfway through the game
7.
timer. Yeah.
Last I checked.
Yeah. Most matches end 5:15 in terms of deaths. That's just because, you know, Snowball and Lanchester Square Law stuff. It's a lot of statistics and whatnot. Trust me.
Nathan says, I think overall health mismatch is a good indicator more than tanks live. That's true. I would say that it's not super often that there's like a big discrepancy between the two. I mean, it can be, but you're right. It is more accurate.
Yeah.
Mr. Gunn says, what's the rock station in Austin? I couldn't tell you. I haven't listened to radio in a long time.
I listen to Pandora and
I have Spotify.
I have both, but I mostly use Pandora because I'm really bad at discovering new music, and so I just let Pandora run. I add some favorites, and generally I'll be rewarded with new artists that I like. 50
Spotify
50? That'd be
has really good discoverability too.
Yeah.
Sturgis, hey Sturgis, how's it going? 13 Disciple says a 1 HP tank does as much damage as a full HP tank, so just as dangerous. That is a totally accurate point.
I mean, Grouchy, I would love to see the data that you have on that, mostly because I've been playing since 2013, and I personally haven't had that experience. Cabmech has been playing since beta, and I don't know his experience, but we can ask. Hey, Cabmech, what's your experience in battle times?
I would say that some of them do happen faster these days. We've added a lot of mobility to the game, which is part of it, I think. But yeah, I would say games by and large probably are a little faster now than they used to be. I'd be interested to hear what you think the reason is for that, because I think for me it's just tanks have gotten much faster. Like we have turbochargers now, even slower tanks are much faster than they used to be.
I would actually say it's not necessarily about mobility. I think it's more actually about DPM. There's a lot of tanks that are autoloaders now, and
yeah, it's also
many of them, because of their DPM, can DPM out many other tanks. So, since the French line it started. So you're saying that DPM is quite possibly the reason. Plethora of autoloaders, yeah.
I mean, I'm sure both help. Ray Genix says at Christmas, Watt was selling all premium tanks for $1,000. That was actually Thanksgiving, I believe. We do the feast every year. And as far as did anyone buy it? Yes, actually. You'd be surprised. Oh, I'm gonna get GSOR'd here.
Almost definitely. What is this?
All right,
this
he missed his last two.
Oh my goodness. Where are y'all looking? I can't really see you.
You know, some people have disposable income to spend on hobbies, and honestly, in the grand scheme of hobbies, that's you know, compared to say motorcycling, it's not a lot, especially in the cost per time ratio.
I don't know what thoughts I'm stealing, Sutek, but mildly concerning. What thought did I say that just like resonated with you that you were thinking?
I just have RD Magnet on me today.
You're in a weird place. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie.
I'm in a great place to shoot down the middle alley, but
Why are all the
also
maps
get hit by RD.
played at about the same time of day? Boomberg, I don't know, honestly. Having the same skybox for all of the maps probably makes it a lot, simpler to deal with, if I'll be honest. And also, like, being able to see things. No?
Yeah, they're not all exactly the same. So different weather and like night battles and stuff is stuff the devs have mentioned in Q&As that they think are cool and they'd like to do. It just hasn't been a priority over improving like more basic systems.
How much landslide wins happen resulting in 4-5? Yeah, almost most of the battles that we played that were quote-unquote landslides, yeah, they happened very quickly, and generally it's based on your team's positioning, because positioning is very, very important. If you
It's the most important thing.
Yeah, if you leave aside, like, World of Tanks is way more strategic than some people consider, and because of that, leaving entire sides open will accelerate things like landslide battles. That's why they happen faster. It's because the other team can get, you know, side shots on you, and they can. Oh, hello. Oh, I wasn't even loaded.
I throw money at this game every week because I'm not spending it on classic cars anymore. Yeah, I mean, if you want to compare World of Tanks to classic car collecting, definitely. Well, we sure appreciate the support, G-Man Joe. Obviously, we would not be able to do what we do without people who choose to support the game.
Orange Chaos, I guess that would... Realistically, does it change the... I have to ask this question. Like, does it change the mechanics of spotting? Because if so, or if spotting is, you know, possibly the same for everything, like, I don't know how those mechanics work. Very unsure. But yeah. I don't
Somebody
know
said
if
if
I actually asked a
I
question.
wanted to play War Thunder, I would. For me, we don't talk about the verboten on the stream, but for me, I don't mind playing games that are really hardcore simulators. I enjoy stuff like Euro Truck Simulator and IL2 and DCS, like really hardcore flight sims. But for me, War Thunder kind of falls into a weird, uncanny valley where it's not a fun arcade game and it's not a full Switch sim either. Not to insult them, some people love it. It's just right for some people. For me personally, I would rather play. I enjoy the fact that Tanks is more of an arcade game, and has like more understandable and rapid arcade systems. And if I'm going to play a full Switch, full realism game, I would rather have it be more full Switch, full realism than what War Thunder offers personally. But that's just where I fall as a gamer.
Keep getting pinged on our like work chat, and it makes my like lower bar pop up, and then I can't see like that redlining Barask. Makes me sad.
Hey, Jay Woodorf, Unknown Soldier. Yeah, I mean, like if you really want a hardcore tank simulator, you can go play Steel Beast, and well, I mean, rapid compared to more realistic tank combat for sure. Because if you go play Steel Beast, a lot of it is driving around for an hour looking for a shape and then dying from a place you never had a chance of seeing. Which some people really enjoy that, and I enjoy that to some extent in certain types of sims, but compared to that, World of Tanks is like Mario Kart, which I think most people find more enjoyable. I do.
Grouchy, so yeah, we can answer that. It's not really a touchy question. We've actually talked about it quite often. We originally offered a while back server transfers for people who were on the EU or NA server. It turned out to be a very intensive task to do, and it was a lot of time and a lot of effort to be able to do it. World of Warships essentially use the same exact system, and they've only offered it once so far. It's a very intensive process, and it takes a bunch of time, like a lot of time. So it's not necessarily that we don't want to, it's just that
Véhicule ennemi détruit.
way too much time to do it easily, and I'm just many words for very short answer. So we'll give you money for it. It's not about that. Like it's literally a very intensively manual process. Like some people have asked us about this multiple times. We promise it's not about the money. It's about the process to be able to do it. So, R.I.P. R.I.P. the dream. Yeah, no, I totally understand the desire to do so, and like if it wasn't so manual and so difficult to do, I guarantee that, like, this is my opinion, I guarantee we would have probably done it a long time ago. Like, a long time ago.
Bob Blobbert, 5 kills, looking for that 6 to get that top gun.
I found
Come on,
the Alpine
Blobbert.
Tiger.
Go, 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 Blobbert. Only one left, you can do it.
There.
Sortons de là.
I died. He fired. Aw.
The JP2 got it.
Okay.
Good game anyway, Blob.
No. Drops are automatic. Hello, John. How are you doing?
Hey, John, how's it going?
Matchmakers seem to work better with a much larger pool of tanks. What do you mean, Grouchy?
Oh, like more people in queue. That is true.
Yeah. Sorting
Matchmaker does work better.
algorithms. So,
Matchmaker does work better with when there's more vehicles in queue. That's one of the reasons that we switched to US Central from East and West.
okay, up next we have Jedediah. I remember when you made fun of me for saying his username like that, and then you realized that that's how his name was spelled. It was clipped by someone.
If you say so.
It was.
I just say Jed.
Jed. Yeah. Where's the new server going to be located? Basically the same place.
Yeah, it's staying in Chicago. Just going to be a new data center and on new equipment in Chicago.
Yeah.
It's not being eliminated. It's just new equipment, new data center. And while it's down, we're going to be on the old Eastern server. So it's going to suck for some people, especially I know some of our folks who play from overseas. But Central will be coming back as soon as we can get it ready.
Yes. All that's in the article, by the way. Highly recommend that you check out the articles. Okay, so we're going to be doing tier 10, by the way.
Mountain Lion says you may have said that, but is the USC server any better? Well, it's going to be on newer equipment. So we hope so. The East server is in Virginia.
Ping is not dictated by necessarily how good the equipment is. Ping is just essentially your distance from the server. Technically, your ping can be affected by bad equipment, but generally that is just stability stuff. Depending upon how far you are from the server and how many nodes are between you and the server can increase ping time. So
yeah, usually the issue isn't with the server hardware, it's with part of the network connection path between you and the server hardware.
I mean, thanks for mansplaining that.
You're welcome.
Appreciate you. You just I said
like...
exactly that. I said exactly that, and then you just said it again with different words.
You did that earlier, so we're even now.
When?
We're talking about one of the news stuff.
I don't know what I did, but I will accept it. I will accept it.
Next time you do it, I'm gonna call it tragic explaining.
That's totally fine. I'm just saying, like, I just said that entirety, and then you said it again. Tell him how to make a sandwich. Hey, Cabmet, can you make me a sandwich?
Yeah, but I only have salami. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. I'm okay with that.
I actually have pretzel buns right now, so it's gonna be a good sandwich.
See, now I'm hungry. I'm very hungry. Also... There was a post once on Reddit, and yes, I'm gonna talk about Reddit. I know not too many people go on there, or not a whole lot of y'all who, you know, watch our streams. There was a post of someone who had gotten, like, perfectly stuck with their tank sideways, like, between a rock and a hard place, literally. And you know that gif of, what's his name? The cooking guy. Gordon Ramsay. There's a gif of him holding bread to this person's, like, head and saying, "What are you?" And she responds with, "An idiot sandwich." And that was the title of the post. And that's
Thanks for meme-splaining.
I feel that. Well, you know, some people aren't into the memes.
He makes her say that, by the way.
Yeah, he makes her say that, and it is absolutely hilarious, and that's what I thought of when you said, tell Cab to make you a sandwich. I was like, I'm gonna tell him to make me an idiot sandwich. So, there you go.
Watch your profanity.
What if I don't want to watch my profanity?
Eddie on Facebook says, can you transfer your funds and tanks from World of Tanks Blitz to World of Tanks? Eddie, unfortunately, you cannot. Blitz and Tanks PC are two completely different games. Obviously, they share a lot of the same basic architecture, but there's no shared server database between the two at all.
Yeah. This kind of explanation is exactly why I watched this stream. Wait, which explanation?
Just us bickering, I think. Is
Oh, you know, that's pretty fair. That's pretty fair.
sushi for supper here, Philadelphia roll. I love Philadelphia rolls. I know
I
it's
love
not real sushi,
Philadelphia
but I love it anyway.
Like, I love Philadelphia rolls. My thing is, I just don't like, I don't like cucumber. Or, sorry, not cucumber. I don't like avocado, so I always substitute, cucumber, so.
What kind of Californian millennial are you?
Yo, it's the texture. It's the texture. The texture just doesn't vibe with my mouth ever, so.
It doesn't vibe with my mouth.
Well, you wanted me to be super. You wanted. I was gonna say you better, cause like, you were asking for it basically.
No, I've never had. The only texture thing I have is with like Thanksgiving stuffing. I don't like things. I don't like this soggy bread Thanksgiving stuffing.
Yes,
That's
that's
really the only time that texture affects me in food. Oh, you know what? Like tripe and stomach meats too.
Gotcha.
Or you know, sometimes in pho you get the tripe.
I love tripe, actually.
Yeah, I don't like that texture.
See, I don't like squishy. Like, well, it's not squishy. It's mush. Like for me, it's like grass flavored baby food is what it feels like to me. And that just, like I said, it does not vibe well with my mouth, and I just don't like it. Don't like it at all.
I'm sure that stuffing is delicious to you. It's not for me.
Yeah. We're talking about preferences, y'all. Everybody has their own preferences. So you can not like it, but don't tell other people to like it. That's all. That's all. Avocado has such a different texture than cream corn. True.
Don't preference splain.
Don't preference splain. Good lord. Unless it's cream corn. Cream corn has a different texture. It's like mush, but with chunks. Which, for some reason, my mouth's just like, that's totally fine.
Chat, what is the part of a tank that you find yourself aiming for and shooting only to find out it's not a weak spot over and over again? Because for me, it's the cupola on top of the T110E3. I just love shooting that thing and it never pens.
Ditto. It's there, and I want to shoot it. Just doesn't work.
Kento said it too. Kento finished typing it before.
It's so trolly. It's so trolly.
Makes you think it's weak, but it's not.
It does. It does. It's like the lower plate of the what's it called? Ow. Okay,
yeah, T110E3 cupola is bait.
It's like the lower plate of the what's it called? V4. That's what it's called. Great for shepherd's pie. Shepherd's pie is delish. Chewed swallow the pieces of the canned corn. Jesus.
You know, it's actually only shepherd's pie if it's made by a real shepherd.
Is this a joke about how, like, what is it called? Champagne isn't champagne unless it's only sparkling wine unless it's from the Champagne region of France or whatever?
I was trying to think about the most mansplaining thing I could say, and that's what I ended up with.
See, I feel like that's more, like, posh versus, like...
Alright, here we go. I'm gonna try and ramp on top of this T110E3. Oh, I didn't quite make it.
Are you kidding me?
But I got the kill.
Critical hit.
Oh no. I have to reload. This is Eber. Yeah, thank you. What changed with the matchmaker? If you are a new player, the new player queue now extends essentially up to tier 7. That's basically it. Nothing outside of that. So if you're not a new player, kind of doesn't apply to you. So
we did it.
We did it, Reddit. That person seemed very mad.
John says, I'm if you do Canadian bacon when you come up here.
Canadian bacon is just ham. Just ham. But I'm okay with that because I love ham. That's
fine. I'd rather... my bigger problem is how you pronounce the letter Z.
Z.
It just always gets me.
It says my weekly watcher should be on my inventory page, but it's not. I got every single drop this weekend, but all of my weekly watcher are an issue. Explosive, if you've had to watch 60 minutes of today's stream, the weekly watcher doesn't run over the weekend, so
Thanks for the game, Jed.
unsure what you're talking about. You do also have to claim it, which, by the way, I just also claimed mine as well. So
Jed's clan tag means 5-hitter, by the way,
Sug.
not anything else. 5-hitter.
Okay, interesting.
It's like a cycle, but with another single.
Yeah. All right.
A 5-hitter.
Sug Shalket. Oops. Is up
We pronounce
next.
it English, not American. Yeah, because you never revolted.
What's happening? Gotten the week 3 drop. You have to claim it. Talking about there were no
Still-
drops over the weekend. Oh, gotten the week. So what? There weren't drops that I know of over the weekend?
There were some EU drops over the weekend, I believe.
Ah, okay. Well, there you go.
We talked our way out. Yeah, that may have been smarter.
Yeah. EU drops worked on NA, that is true.
They do. They should always.
Explosive, if you're on Discord, you can send it to me in a PM on Discord. Alright, so tier 10 again.
There is an EU Twitch channel. It's actually just World of Tanks.
True.
We've traded back and forth with them a little bit. We have World of Tanks on Twitter, but
Yeah.
on Twitch they have World of Tanks. So just to make it a little confusing for you.
Yeah. This channel actually originally started out as wargaming. And then
Yeah, it all the games.
yeah, and then when when we split up channels, this channel became World of Tanks NA. So oh, there you go. BMRF sector. Anyways, okay, so we are going to be doing a tier 10 count-in. Yeah, certain drops are global. Weekly Watcher is NA only. I got my drop. Is it a decal or an emblem? It is a token. This token gives you consumables and a mission. The mission is play a battle. Once you play a battle, you will get boosters and another token. That second token that you get is to track how many weeks consecutively that you have earned the Weekly Watcher drops. So you have to get multiple in a row. So
That reminds me, Jed, how's your game coming along? You got a nice Euro step going? Did you see that Euro step Patrick Williams put on who was it the other day? Oh, so nice.
Master League drops are only on the casters channels, so there is a list of channels that have those. The drops, all drops you have to claim. So you have to claim within 24 hours or it'll disappear. It's not up to us on that. That is the way that Twitch has programmed it. And that's essentially why previously, you know, with the drop stuff, some people were like unsure. A lot of it has to do with the updated way that Twitch now currently runs drops. There are no more epic drops. They're all regular drops and all based on your watch time. And it's much easier to tell if you are linked correctly and much easier to tell if you are gaining time for the drop. Why just not have a command to explain things? There's actually a timer that goes like every 10 minutes or so to explain about drops, but nobody ever reads things, is what I've been told. So, not my
Gotcha,
fault.
Jed. Hope your
Not my
recovery
fault.
keeps going nice. Having been through physical therapy recently myself, I feel you on that.
It should show in your progress. If you don't see it, I would refresh. To check, click on your name. So. Reading what's that? See, guys? Half of you can't read. That's why I have to say it out loud. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Hey, Primetime, how's it going? I'm doing all right, considering I bobcatted all my freaking ducks.
That sounds like a bad sitcom
It really-
situation.
I've been going into streams and just dropping that randomly. They're like, how's your day going, chat? And I'm like, well, not that great. A bobcat ate all my
Yeah.
ducks. They're like, what?
It's fine. It's just my bobcat. The
Jordan
bobcat
says-
ate all
Enemy
of
armor
my
is
ducks.
damaged.
Are you streaming on Twitch? Yeah, twitch.tv/World of Tanks NA.
That works.
One of our tracks is damaged.
Okay. Ah, no! We're dead. We're dead. We're super dead. We have no friends and we're all dead.
Retreat.
Nope. Not possible.
Yes.
Not possible. I'm super
Yes.
dead by
Retreat.
the impossible.
There's
Impossible.
always next time.
I'm a professional trapper, so I feel yeah. No, I love you peoples, maybe
Are you
Dino,
really?
but I try to
Professional
tune
trapper.
in whenever I can. Thank you, good job, thank you. I quit reading after law school. That's fair. That's fair. I
Yes.
mean,
I the same thing kind of happened to me after I finished my history degree. I was like, I just stopped reading for pleasure,
yeah.
because it's just you just read so much. it's-
Yes. Thick. Sorry. The beginning of my sentence interrupted the middle of yours.
Oh no! See, because you didn't retreat, now I'm dying.
That
I could have helped you, and instead
but
we're all
how
dead.
would I have retreated?
I don't know. Just
I
not
had
died.
I had no health to make that retreat. Rip in pieces. Rip in pieces. Okay. Sorry that was such a terrible game, Sug. I promise maybe next time we'll do better. John Bon, you John
What?
Bon, who killed me. They are the Object 140. They are in our Discord, and they're a very prolific chatter in there, and they were the one that killed me.
Oh, okay.
You don't have to have a prompt to start the weekly Watcher Drops. You just have to have the one to claim it. Thick, if anything, I highly recommend, if you don't see the prompt in the notification dropdown in the Twitch chat, I would recommend double-checking either your connection or double-checking that, refresh the page, essentially. What's happening today? I don't know.
Dwayne LaFront Verminator. I love it. I don't know what it is, but I love it.
All right, so we have FF8 coming up next, and then after FF8 we have Uncle Iroh again, and then we have nobody. So if I think we have time enough for 3 more matches, or 2 more matches at the very least after FF8.
Sorry for that game, Sug. We sucked.
FF8, are you even online? FF8, you're not even online. What the heck? Crazy Boop, what are you doing? Alright, it's locked now.
The word Verminator is relevant to Verminator from Over the Hedge. Ah, it's an Over the Hedge reference. Got it.
Let's
That was
see.
a pretty good villain.
Chaotic Gamer. Hello, fellow Tankers. Any advice for new beginning players like myself as to what tanks to start working on getting, as I'm not sure where to start? Depends on what kind of playstyle you like. Many people say that the IS-7, which is the Russian heavy line, that's the tier 10, that line is generally pretty solid. It's, pretty, the armor is very forgiving. And then FF8's like not even here. Not even here. I'm going to move K Miles up because K Miles is here.
Yeah.
Uh,
I personally, so you can't go wrong with the IS-7 line. It's a really good one. I also personally think the American mediums are a great one. The American mediums at different points on the line do a little bit of everything, so it gives you a great feel for what you might enjoy and like want to specialize. A really typical game for the tier 9 or tier 10 medium is like 2K in every category: 2K damage, 2K block, 2K assisted. I shouldn't say typical, but it's very possible. So you get a little bit of gun depression, you have decent mobility, you have decent armor. It's just you have a little bit of everything and can help you figure out what you like.
Dead Zombie says, if you cut off the teeth off that suit, what suit? My human suit? I feel like that would look terrifying to everybody.
No FF8?
No, FF8's not here. Crazy Boop. Do you actually want a platoon, Crazy Boop?
M48's been outclassed these days. Yeah, it's not a top tier 10. Like I said, it's not necessarily about the vehicle itself. It's more about getting a feel for the game of World
Boop,
of Tanks.
you're not even online.
Yeah, M48's good. I think M46 is like one of the best tier 9s though. And like I said, you get to do everything. You get to flank, you get to do work hills, you can occasionally use your armor when you're top tier, you can angle it and do really well. Just gives you an opportunity to learn all the different facets of the game.
Yeah, with the times, Crazy Boop. He said he wanted to platoon, he's not even logged into the game. Not even logged into the game.
He's on
We're on
East.
Central. Is he on East? He's not even logged in? I don't see him on our...
He says he has asking if we're on East.
We're on Central, but I also don't see him in the clan chat.
If you get casual boops together with crazy boop, do you end up with crazy casual boops?
You actually end up with mentally stable boops.
I don't really know what you get when you mix crazy with casual.
Mentally stable boops. That's what.
Vesuvian Titan says, that said, I'm losing so much I'm playing RDL. Whatever you gotta do, Vesuvian.
Okay, Miles, if you need to leave the queue, it's actually ! leave. Okay.
You put me in an RD crazy boop, really? I mean, that's fine.
Alright. I'm gonna reopen the queue because nobody was You're all good, K-Miles. I'm gonna reopen the queue. The queue is open. It is just two people. Two people. That's fine, Boop. Crazy Boop. I have you have an invite for you ready.
Well, chat. What have you been up to lately? Anybody doing some yard projects? It's finally starting to get that summer feeling. Although we're supposed to have a big nasty storm on Friday with more hail.
Oh no. I like the thunderstorms that we've randomly had scattered. Hail, not so much. Hail, not so much.
Snowing here. Those iced tea would that sucks.
If
go ahead.
I'm trying to make a joke. If
Okay.
Cabbage Mechanic gets stuck in the snow, does that make him Iceberg Lettuce?
Sorry, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at Orange Chaos saying, Cab, we're all doing better than you because a bobcat didn't eat our ducks.
Big oof. Okay.
Crazy. It's true.
Crazy Boop, you know the deal here. You pick the tier. I don't know why y'all are. I wrote it's because you've platooned a couple times today, and I was actually also going to remove Insanely Average, and pick someone from chat. So, hi Goose, how are you?
Hey Goose, how's it going?
So what? I want to make sure people who haven't platooned today get to platoon. So if, like, normally if the platoon queue has people who haven't platooned today, I will prefer to put those people in before people who have. So generally I ask, but we're working on closing in on the end of the stream, and so I made an executive decision to say, you know, I am going to have people who haven't platooned today.
Hey,
So,
Squash Balls, how's it going? I'm not greedy, just opportunistic. Yeah, no worry.
Alright, so we're gonna do tier 6. Tier 6, get
Monty
ready.
says, yesterday a friend was tending some floral stuff and got bitten by a baby copperhead. Had to overnight in the hospital. Oh, that's rough. That is rough, Monty. Hope he gets through that all right.
Lil BX, the drop you can earn over the next couple days. So Wednesday and Thursday, you will still work on earning this drop. So, all right, tier 6 count in. Let's go.
Boris asked how to join the platoon. I think we're now closed again, but normally when the platoon queue is open, you do an exclamation point join space and then your World of Tanks username.
Yes. A lot
Bread
of this
Shark
information is actually below the stream, so I highly recommend that y'all check
in the
out.
ticker.
Well, I mean like below the video feed on Twitch.
And below the feed.
Yeah.
Bread Shark says, nice to see this game still run on. Been with it since closed beta. Hey, glad you're enjoying it, Bread Shark. Hopefully, I don't know if you said you've been playing it since closed beta, so you have experienced all of the cool new things that we have.
Casual Boop has made it into our game. How do you play Tuesday Bingo? Do exclamation point bingo in the chat and it'll give you information. A lot of the information that we normally give about how our streams run, you will find very easily by checking the commands that are below the stream. Wow! Are you Casual Boops? Because it seems like Casual Boops is, what's it called? That's me. Okay, that's what I thought. You gave me a nice luck shell. Thank you. I assumed it was you. But yeah. You were anonymized.
How am I spotted?
I guessed.
How?
The WZ with the massive...
I had a bush?
How far forward were you in the bush?
Not peeking through it.
Was
one
it
of those bushes with the empty spots
opaque?
at the bottom?
Was
Yeah, but
it...
I didn't shoot.
That doesn't entirely matter.
Yes,
if they
it
have...
does. You only lose it if you shoot.
But if they have Commander's vision system...
Oh, true.
So, you know...
That's not just it being opaque, though. It just neutralizes the bush in general, right?
Yes, basically. So... Are all bush the same for camo? No, actually. There are some bushes that give less camo. It depends on how much, yeah, opaque bush only matters when you shoot. But yeah. What was I saying? I don't remember.
The problem is... that I can't shoot any of these people.
What are we average to below average players to do now? We miss out on the 40 point for Battle Pass that Steel Hunter is done.
Well, we have other modes coming that will have Battle Pass and
tokens
benefits enabled, I believe.
Yeah. Bingo is sold out. Bingo always seems to sell out really early in the stream. So, yes. But Bingo is essentially played with the whole stream. And chat does not operate the Bingo squares. I do.
I finally blew up that scout who was making me angry.
Nice. Thanks, C. Oh no! Fern, you don't need to reinstall. You could do a check and repair. That should help out a lot without having to re-download the entirety of the game. Bonk! I'm kind of new to watching the streams, and at least once a stream I see someone mention something about the M60. Have y'all, or do y'all give those out? It's actually like an inside joke. M60 codes don't exist. And
Well,
I'm
one
only...
M60 code exists, but it doesn't give you an M60.
That's true. That's true. You are not incorrect on that. But yeah, so if like the reason why I'm telling you this is because you are new, I didn't want to give you false hope. And you know, I didn't want people to like torture you with that. But it is a well-known joke, so I highly recommend that you trick your friends with it if they play. And you know, many longtime players know the joke already, so you can mess with them on that one. So
If you do want an M60, you can now get it in the Bond shop, which is a big improvement over having to go through Clan Wars to get it before.
yeah.
It does take a lot of bonds, but it's worth saving up for. It's a really cool tank. Super accurate for an American medium. Ray says, has your Russian improved since working at Wargaming? I'm going to be honest, since we're starting to work at Wargaming, I have started and stopped learning Russian 3 times. I'm... I don't know, my brain might be too firm to learn other languages at this point, or I'm just lazy. Tragic, I think you've done better than me.
Probably. Like I was working on the Cyrillic alphabet for a while, but I got distracted.
That's the main thing. The Cyrillic alphabet, it adds another layer that makes it harder than, say, like learning Spanish.
What does the drop do? Do exclamation point WW. We'll also have an article going out soon for the weekly Watcher drops as well. So,
Chico fans, if you want to learn Russian, go live there for a year. Yeah, I mean, immersion is a great way to learn any language, right?
I've been, I feel like so one of our coworkers, his in-game name is Hungry Gremlin. I'm not gonna release his real name for obvious reasons. But I made a post on Facebook, and we're friends on Facebook, and in my post, we were talking essentially about culture, and my post was something along the lines of, don't message me, hello, how are you doing, before you ask me about work stuff. Like, it feels disingenuous to have you ask that before we, like, talk about work stuff. Like, if anything, say, hey, I have a work-related question, like, do you want to catch up before or after? Much better for me. But I specifically, in my post, I said, don't ask me how I'm doing before you ask, you know, work questions. Like I said, it feels disingenuous. And he said to me, you have a lot of, or essentially, like, you have a lot of Russian culture rubbing off on you. And I was just like, well, you know, you're not wrong. Like, I prefer to have people be like, if we're working, like, just tell me what the question is. Like, don't reel me in with a false sense of hope. Like, don't reel...
False sense of hope.
Well, like, if you want to catch up, just ask me, like, let's catch up. But if you want to ask, like, a work-related question, ask that first, because I feel like we're just gonna have, like, a conversation, and then suddenly you ambush me with a work question, and it feels like now we have to cut our catch-up short, and I want to talk more about how I'm doing, but now we have to, you know, put this work stuff in between it. So
I was like that before working for Wargaming, but it is frustrating when somebody, especially when you can tell that it's small talk leading up to an official thing.
And, you know, it happens quite often with me because, like, a lot of times people will approach me with, hi, how are you doing? And then, like, we'll talk for a little bit, and then they'll ask me, like, streaming tech-related questions. I'm just like, I mean, I would have happily answered that if you started with that. Now I feel like we were catching up, and now it's just work-related. Plus, if you talk about how you're doing after the work stuff is done, or, like, done being spoken about, you can spend more time talking!
Sonic said that's hilarious.
So, that's just my stuff. That's just me. It's a personal preference.
Yeah, I think that's like it's a regional US thing. So in some places it's expected that you spend a certain amount of time exchanging pleasantries. Yeah.
Yeah, Hungry Gremlin specifically said in his response, like, oh, like, HR told us specifically for, like, American culture, like, ask them how they're doing before you get into work stuff. And I was
Oh,
just like,
that's
well,
super outdated.
yeah, I know, that's what
Maybe in the 50s.
Maybe, but, you know, that's how it was.
I've always been like that. Especially because if you do want to have a non like work related conversation, let's get the work question out of the way first, right?
Yeah. Kadira, Working as Intended is the name of the show, or the name of this particular stream that we do every Tuesday. I didn't have any game that has less than 2 Artie. How many games did you play?
Yeah. I think like Boston people have this problem. They get called massholes in the rest of New England, and I think it's similar in Chicago and the Midwest area that surrounds it. Everyone thinks people from Chicago are jerks, and it's partly because of stuff like that. You know, because like I don't want to have like if we have official business to conduct, I want to do that and not do small talk.
Yes,
and get that out of the way.
I do. I always say, hi, I have a question for you, and I put my question in the same sentence. Because I don't want, like, the way that and I've actually talked about this to a few coworkers and, like, a few friends. I actually really like the communication style of, oh, hi, Casual Boobs. Oh, wait, you're in our platoon. I'm a dingus. I like direct communication, which is why it bothers me when people, like, ambush me with "How are you doing?" and then moving into work questions. I want to get to business.
I don't know, like maybe it's how I was raised, but to me that feels more respectful because you're being respectful of the other person's time. Like if you especially if it's during a work day, you know, like I need to get the stuff that I need to get done. So if you have something that you need me to get help, or you need my input for me to get done, like respect me enough to like let's just get that out of the way, and then if we have time, we can shoot the S.
Yeah, that
I can say it once,
same
right?
feels. Yeah, you can say it once.
If we have time, we could shoot the shit after business.
Yeah, 1 swear per stream. You know, that's how we do it here.
Watch your profanity.
Watch your profanity.
How is this guy seeing me?
Yeah.
I'm not even getting 6 cents.
Same coworker, by the way, when we were talking, I was just like, that's exactly why I say hello, I have a question for you, and then go directly into the work question. Like, I don't say, hi, how are you?
It's kind of weird thinking somebody goes to shake your hand, slap it away, say, what do you want? Well, okay, I get in this case, these are coworkers, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's not an acquaintance stopping by.
Yeah.
It's a work person in a work environment.
Yeah. Like I don't do that to people I don't know, Dead. I don't. I like, this is specifically like professional working environment. And the thing is, I always, which by the way, I don't know why HMS Tog sad. Anyways, when it comes to the first time, you know, someone approaches me as such, I always say, hey, just so you know, in the future, you can just say, hey, I have a question. And I always tell them that. Like, I say, you know, if anything, if you ever have a question, just send me the question and I will answer it, like, as I can. Like, you don't have to begin a conversation with pleasantries before getting down to business. Like, I totally understand and respect. You can also, like I said, you can ask them, hey, do you want to catch up before or do you want to catch up after we do the thing? And, you know, easy peasy, it's about communication. Just ask me, just talk to me.
Wouldn't you rather your coworker or your boss, like, just get right to the work thing?
Personally, yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's why I enjoy working at Wargaming so much, is because that is more of the culture.
Yeah. Who's playing the recorder? That is one of our sound alerts. It plays when people spend points on that. I am super dead now.
Enemy armor is hit. Driver is
I don't know if I'm getting any damage, but
Get going.
Well, R.I.P. me. Did anyone ever think you ask how the person how they are doing so you can determine if they're having a bad day? No. I mean, realistically, if it's a work question, it may not have to relate to how they are feeling. So, how do you ambush when you're at work? I mean, the thing is, like, there are definitely some of my coworkers, you know, who we're friends. We are friends. We are friends inside, outside of work, whatever. It feels like an ambush when someone reaches out and then says, like, you know, oh, how are you doing? And then we catch up for like 2 sentences in chat, and then they're like, I had a question for you. It's like, oh, okay, I guess we'll pause our pleasantries / catch up as friends to do business stuff. Does that make sense?
The flute is being played by a guy who shoplifted in the back of his trousers.
Jeez.
That's a good one.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, I don't know. That's somebody said it might be like a generational thing. Boomer millennial. I don't know. I definitely our publishing producer is an old friend of mine, and we get along really well, and we are really close friends. And but like when it's work stuff, there are no pleasantries exchanged at all. Like if it's during work hours, the first thing that is going to come out of one of our mouths to the other is going to be something work related, and we're totally fine with that. We have no issues with that. Like, hey, there's X problem. What are we doing about it?
Yeah. So Kanta Mirovskaya says that is the key. You say it feels. Yeah, that's why almost any time that I have that kind of interaction with a coworker, like if they say, oh, hey, how are you doing? And then after 2 sentences of like short chat or short catch up, they're like, I have a question. Generally we'll work on like whatever it is, and then before we end the conversation, I generally say, hey, by the way, and I'll tell them, if in the future you have a question for me, like, just ask the question, like, it's more direct, and I like it better that way. It's almost like asking people their preferences is a really good way of communicating with someone effectively. Hmm?
Yeah. Well, I'm fine with talking a lot. It's just Chess says same here. Or in the end, you're there to work. No need to be a jerk. Get the job done. HQ says truly a generational gap. Started with all the texting in lieu of talking. Somebody else, Kantimirovskaya, sorry if I said that they've worked plenty of places, and that's just how it is. You have to exchange pleasantries. Yeah, I think I suspect the older perspective would be that it's, you know, like I'm being selfish with my time, right? Because and that's the way I view it too. Is like I respect other people's time because I'm selfish with my own time, so I assume they are as well.
Yeah.
Which maybe they're not.
Yes, the drops are NA only, but, you know, as I said, this is all up to preference, and anybody who I interact with, if, you know, whatever conversation that we have, you know, if it starts out that way, I do try and make sure that we get to the work stuff. Like, if I can feel it coming on, I'll be like, exactly respond with essentially what Casual Boop said, which is, hey, I'm good, what's up? And, you know, they'll lead into the work stuff. It gets the conversation going a little bit quicker, but I'm not going to just say, hey, stop asking me how I'm doing, I just want to get work done. That's not... It sounds like you guys think that's how I say it. It's not. I promise you.
We're not as big of a jerks as we're coming off here, I hope.
Yeah.
But yeah. I think for me, I'd just rather get things done efficiently, and I'd rather not pretend to have a social relationship with someone. You know, if we have it, it'll happen naturally. We don't need to pretend to have it. Exactly. Gerard on YouTube says, your matchmaking sucks. Never even team. Sorry to hear you're having a bad run of it, Gerard. We do have a random matchmaker that will spit out imbalanced teams. Sometimes you're on the good side of that. Sometimes you're on the bad side of that. But in a 15-on-15 battle, there is a lot that can happen and a lot you can do to affect things.
Speaking of affecting things, oh, I didn't clear last week's bingo. I'm going to run bingo. I won't read out everything, but you're just gonna have to trust me when I say I'm not going to cheat you on these. So that way, Cabmick can answer questions, and I can just go through the bingo stuff.
So I should answer questions now?
Yeah, go for it.
Baldor says, anyone remember Lumberg from Office Space? Hey, what's happening? Yeah, that's exactly the kind of, I think that's maybe the impression that I have of that stuff is when Lumberg comes over and like he like clearly doesn't care about what the main character's response is going to be. He's like, hey, what's going on? And then like first syllable launches into the work conversation. Like I'd rather just, you don't need to do the first step. Let's get straight. Right? Cookie Monkey says, have ideas for content you may like. Who should I space with? Domo? Yeah, Domo would be great, or me. You know, anybody you want to PM is fine. I mean, if it's CC specific, Domo would probably be your best bet.
Okay.
60 Year Kid says, I think it's cultural. Europeans give me more useful information for my questions if I do the pleasantries. Yeah, I think it depends country to country, but that's certainly true for some. Flog Any server says, rigged like all wargaming.
What?
I love it when people have the extra M. That's my favorite.
So insanely average, you put in your points for select row, random column, but you put 2 numbers. So, I'm going to select the first number as your, column.
Jay says, haven't touched Watt in 3
row.
months. What has changed? Not a ton in the last 3 months. We're about getting into the next 7v7 mode. Will be coming up soon. We got a new tank line coming later this year. I'm trying to think the last 3 months. What's new? Chat, what happened in the last 3 months? Mr. Ground says, how much does a duck cost? Like all livestock, they're cheaper the younger you get them. If you get them in eggs, they're real cheap. If you get them as chicks, they're relatively cheap, and adults are kind of expensive. Phil says, do I need to update solo mod? I assume you mean solo's mod pack. You will need to update that because there was a patch this morning. Heisenberg says, in the tech world, introverts are the real gangsters. Yeah, I am at heart an introvert, and I think that may affect some of the social interactions I talked about earlier. Like I said, I'm selfish with my time, and I assume that other people are selfish with theirs, so I go out of my way to try not to waste any of anybody else's time.
Okay. So this is all the bingo redemptions. I highly recommend that chat in the future. We do have the select row, select column option. Wait until we do the bingo at the end of the stream to make those selections, because if you'll look at our bingo, the 2 squares that could have been chosen with that selection, 3-1 and 3-5, would have gotten a bingo. But because nobody waited, y'all have to work together. Y'all have to work together.
This bingo is rigged.
It's not rigged.
I'm gonna start giving codes out.
It's not rigged. It's just because everybody uses up all of the selections really early for like no reason, and then doesn't work together to make sure that y'all can win. So like 4-2 and 1-5 would have been great selections.
Heisenberg says, what has changed? Our server pop's gone from 24k prime time to 15k prime time. Well, it's higher than that right now, and we're just getting into prime time, so you might be exaggerating a little bit. But yeah, there's always a drop off from the holidays into the rest of the year.
Bingo, when y'all get a bingo, so whether it's a cross or vertical or diagonal, I will do a giveaway in chat, but y'all have to work together. There are limited redemptions because, yeah, insanely, but you didn't select the correct reward. So
Black Horse Engineer says, is Wargaming still looking at crew changes? Yes, we are still looking at crew changes. There will probably be another sandbox featuring that in the near future, but I am guessing, not confirming.
Okay, and on that note, thank you all for joining us. We are going to be raiding, so please give a warm Sherman Gang welcome to Supernova. We will see you all, well, sorry, Jambi John will see you tomorrow with Get Good, and Thursday we will be running a late night tank show as we do. Quick answer to Warren Nicholson on Facebook. The boxes are selected by channel points, technically. So, channel points on Twitch, you use them to redeem a reward. The rewards will tell you by reading them what you can select. There's also one that is a random row and random column. You don't get to select your
Thanks for the raid class.
boxes
We're just
for
wrapping
that. Everything has to work on Twitch because it's channel points. It's integrated into Twitch. But there are 2 rewards that you can pick that allow you to pick both the row and the column. These rows and columns that you see next to me are based on a 2d5 die. So, rolls 1 through 5, whichever one is the first number is the row, the second number is the column, so, match it. Anyways, we will see you all technically Thursday. Tomorrow, like I said, will be Jambi John playing or running Get Good, so do check him out. Weekly Watcher, yes.
Thursday night, 6 p.m. Central Time. Be here or be somewhere else. It's your time. Do what you want with it.
Any streams from Tuesday to Thursday all have the drops for Weekly Watcher. I promise you. Anyways, goodbye, everybody. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. And like I said, give Supernova a very warm Sherman Gang welcome. Goodbye,
Have a good night, everybody. See you Thursday.